this is Cinema.
And this is Johannes.
And you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings.
And today we are giving you a quick preview of Hippocrates, a new game from designer Alain Orban, and it's published by Game Brewer.
It plays from 1 to 4 players in about 90 minutes.
So in this game you are students of, you guessed it, Hippocrates, one of the founders of modern medicine. So he is nearing his death, and you are his students trying to be there to make sure that scientific medicine goes forward. So basically what you're doing in this game is that you are acquiring patients. There are lots of patients coming to the temple and they're standing in a line, and you have to choose which one you want to go for. If you go for the patients that are further ahead in the line, you will get smaller bonuses, but you will not lose your reputation. If you go for the people who are waiting far behind in the line, maybe they will give you better bonuses, but your reputation will suffer because you're like picking out the patients that you would like to save and not just choose the ones that are there first. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to choose your patients. You have like your own little hospital board, and then you're going to get maybe some new doctors to help you out to help these people. And how these doctors work is that they have different medicine that they can give. Different doctors have different medicine. So this doctor, for example, have blue and purple medicine, and this one have purple and green. So we're going to come back to how this works soon. So you are gonna bid on some of them, or basically you can reserve some of these, and then some of them are gonna go flipped face up, and you can buy them in the reputation order. And after you have done that, you will then try to help these people and save them and give them the medicine they need to heal them, treat them. That was the word I was looking for the whole video. Treat them for their sickness. So you do that by using resources that you gather, because when you buy these, you can also buy resources. And if you buy both a doctor and a resource in the same row, you also get some kind of special bonus that you can use throughout the game. And when you use this kind of spatial puzzle, it will have some pictures on the screen, magical pictures. A spatial puzzle where you will put like the patient in between them, and then you will put the desired medicine on the patient to heal them. And that is how you get points. So when you treat a patient, thank you for the word, you treat a patient, so you get points. And then when you have these done, when they're like this, for example, only need to treat one patient, and it's done, he goes out of the game, and you score for him. You need to pay for the doctors you have, and basically that's what you're doing in the game. You're trying to get the right patients and the right doctors and the right medicine to make it work all together in a nice hospital, very old style hospital, and the player who has the most points of the 4 rounds is the winner of Hippocrates. So that was almost all the rules, like in a very mumbled kind of way. So what do you think?
I think, just talk about the aesthetics first.
Yeah, let's do that.
It's a very beautiful board. It's a very, very nice art style, I think. I think it looks beautiful on the table.
Yeah, I think the artwork here is stunning.
Yes.
Like this is just very nice. Like the pieces are big. It's a lot to look at. Like all the different patients have. I don't know if all of them are different, but I think almost all of them are different.
Yes.
The artworks a lot, and you can see they are sick. It's kind of like a morbid art on your hospital. Yeah. So it's like you see people are sick in this, and the artwork is just really, really good. One thing to note that you should know before getting this game is that the game has a very big board.
Very big.
And just like this is something that if you play on a small table, you might not be able to play this game. Just to put it out there so you know. Probably on the Kickstarter as well, it's going to be like the centimeters, the size of the board is going to be there. But just so we know, like the board is very big. You are using most of it for placing tiles, so it's not like most of it is not used, but it is big, and there's no way to like arrange it on table in a way you want. But one thing that's very good when the board is that big is that the graphic design is very clear.
Yes. Like
even though like we play this and I was sitting quite far away from these tiles, I could see them clearly without having to stand up and looking around. It's really easy because there's not that much information on them, so it's not hampering how you play the game.
Yes, and also there's only kind of 3 resources in the game, except for money. It's 3 colored medicines, and they have both different colors, and they have also different shapes. So it's very easy to see far away what you need, because there's not that many things that it could be.
That is true. Yeah. So let's talk a bit about the gameplay here. So first off, you're drafting all these patients. What do you think about that?
Yeah, and I think that is quite cool because it's a little lucky because you have to be able to actually draft a patient with the die being like on the space that the patient is.
Just basically explaining that, because I didn't do that. You roll 6 dice which have different colors, and you place them there. So 1, 2, 3. So that's a number 1, 2, and 3 in the queue. You place them on each row, and then one player can go to each row and take that patient. And there's also different special abilities to move them around.
Yes, and like choosing whether to go for the patient you need or the special ability that you also kind of need is really interesting. Player order is also a thing here that matters.
Yes.
Because where in the queue I place, that like decides the player order for the next patient.
Yeah, because you're drafting 3 patients in each round.
Yeah, so I that is kind of like a King Domino style drafting, and I like that.
Yeah, I really enjoy that. That's one thing that is super neat, where you have to, like you said, you have to like, oh, I really want that, but I'm going to be lost next one. I really also need...
I have to get that.
Yes. Both like the bonuses you get and also the patients. And it's interesting because the first row has the worst bonuses, and the last one has the best bonuses, but then you're also going to be lost. So taking that from, it feels like it's from King Domino, and that works very well in King Domino, and it works really, really well here.
Yeah.
I think also one thing that is really nice is the spatial puzzle. I'm a fan of spatial puzzles. I like that. I love having to make things work. It's not a very elaborate spatial puzzle here, but basically, as I said earlier, you have to place these, and when I place this, then these are basically locked in here with the patient in between them. So I cannot then later, if this had more patients on it, I couldn't then later use them again because it's already stuck. So now I need to get another doctor and place it over here. We have some pictures, and place it over here so that works. And I really enjoy that, trying to optimize how well that goes together. It's a really neat thing.
Yes, and there's also like different doctors. Some has only one type of medicine he can prescribe. Some has 2 types of medicine, and they're different in cost, but also in points. So that is nice.
And also, I really like the fact that some of them, like you wanna complete as many of these as possible. So when you get someone that only need like one type of medicine, that's good because it's easy to complete. But then you're not gonna be able to use it on more than one doctor. So you're gonna need more patients to complete more doctors. So kind of like a trade-off.
Yeah.
Do you want to get some that's harder to complete, but then when you do complete them, it's with more doctors? So do you want to get those that are easiest to complete one doctor with? Really enjoy that part.
Yeah, I think it also has a nice dummy player mechanism. I don't know. When you play with less than 4 players, it is a dummy player in the game that almost always grabs like the highest number tiles. So I like it because it's more predictable than turning just like a random card that says what he will do. So I can kind of predict what he will do, but also he fights for player order by getting reputation. So you can go further than the dummy player, and therefore don't need to care about the dummy player. I like that.
Yeah, I really like this because this is kind of a way, in most of these kind of games, you would then, play only with 5 rows or remove these before the start of the game. Instead here, basically, it is a dummy player that just takes something.
Yes.
So it's basically just a way to tighten up the game, to remove something that would have been removed if you were more players.
Yes.
And I love the fact that it's not always first, so you can try to overcome it, and it just works very smoothly, and it's not anything you don't have to work. It's just like, so it's the dummy player's turn, which one is highest, remove that, done, and it's very sweet.
Yep.
This is not a heavy game. For us, this is, of course, it's hard to talk about heaviness because it's different from different people. But for me, this is like a medium puzzle game. It's not an extremely tight puzzle game. It's more for me about taking what you have and doing the most. So it's like an optimization puzzle where you have a bit of wiggle room.
Yeah.
So if you are a fan of like the tightest games where you only have 4 resources and you need to do it, this might not be for you. If you want like a more easygoing game, not that it's super easy, but it's more of an easygoing game than the tightest, heaviest games.
Yes, I think it was less like crunchy than I thought it would be, but it still was a lot of interesting decisions because I was really low on money one time. And I had to sell all my medicine to get the money that I needed to pay my doctors, and that was kind of harsh. But in this game, I feel like you get to do something nice either way. If you can't treat one of your patients one round, he gets a little bit sicker, so you get another chance. And if you can't do it, then you get negative points. So you have this timer.
He dies, basically.
Yeah, he dies. You have this timer, so you can't do whatever you want. But as you say, you have some wiggle room. So I don't feel like if you get that doctor that I desperately needed, I probably will be fine either way.
Yeah,
but it might cost me the game.
Yeah. But it's not one of those games where you do a mistake and you're out. Like you have to work, like there are ways to go around all of that.
Yes.
So if that is something that sounds intriguing to you, like a medium kind of puzzle optimization game with a lot of nice new elements that I really enjoy, then you can go and check this out on Kickstarter. It should be on Kickstarter right now or pretty soon. The Kickstarter link will be in the description. Of course, if you're watching this in 2022, it's not going to be on Kickstarter right now. It's going to be in the Kickstarter in the past.
Yes.
And that is the end of this preview. We hoped it helped you to see if this was something that would be interesting for you.
Yeah.
And that is the end of another video. If you enjoy what we do, you can press the subscribe button to get notifications. Press the bell button to see when we make new videos. If you want to support us, you can go to patreon.com/boardgamingramblings and help us out there. That helps a lot. And that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Johannes.
I'm Senua.
And you've been watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and bye-bye.